Hey guys, Two Wheel Pursuit here once again after a long break from making videos. I am back on the CBR500R. Don't back into me. As I was saying, back on the CBR500R. My apologies for not making a video in over 3 months. It's been a while. I've taken a bit of a break. It's been pretty cold. That's the primary reason. I've been working on some other stuff too for my YouTube channel, but besides that, it's been pretty cold, and that is the primary reason I haven't been riding. It's been my first year this year owning a motorcycle and riding, and one of the things that I didn't really think about was living in the Northeast. It does tend to get pretty cold around the winter time, and it's not nearly as fun to be riding in the cold. So I've sort of come up with a few things that I thought it would be a good idea to make a video on, just bring up with you guys that, you know, a few tips for winter riding or riding in cold weather. So let's another thing real quick, we got this new camera here, a little GoPro session. If you guys want to leave a comment down below, tell me what you think of that, go ahead, I'd appreciate it. Haven't decided if I'm going to use it for every video yet, but I did get it recently, and this is the first video that I'm using it, so see how that goes. Go ahead and take a left here. Alright, so let's start off with number one, and this one's going to seem a bit obvious, most likely, but number one, in my opinion, which apparently I didn't think of, was you gotta wear layers under whatever, your helmet, your jacket, your pants. You want to just layer up. Now, I want to talk about this one a little bit because I've gone into a bit more detail thinking about this and looking at it for myself, and that there are kind of different levels of motorcycle layering for your clothes. Oh, what do we have going on here? Okay, alright. Well, so when you get into motorcycle layering, there's a few things that you want to think about. Number one, how cold of weather are you going to actually be riding in? And number two, what speeds are you planning on riding at? Because obviously speed affects your temperature quite a bit. If you're traveling at lower speeds, the temperature is going to be about the same as if you're just standing. But when you get up around 60 miles an hour and higher, it's going to start getting a bit more chilly. So you got to think about that. Now, there's a few different kinds of motorcycle layering that you can get. Number one, I would say, first of all, if you just want to not buy anything, that's fine. Just, you know, put on a long sleeve shirt underneath. Dude, stay in your lane. Put on a long sleeve shirt underneath your jacket. Maybe put on a few shirts underneath your jacket. You can get a sort of mask to put under your helmet if you want, and you know, you can do different stuff with pants. Honestly, for me, I feel like just regular jeans work pretty well. That's what I wear all the time when I'm riding. I feel like it does an okay job of protecting you from the wind and the cold. It doesn't really bother me on the legs too much. Obviously, though, on the feet, just wear heavier socks, stuff like that. So that's a simple way to go. Then if you want to get a bit more advanced, get more comfort, you can always go to Revzilla or Cycle Gear, some kind of motorcycle gear store, and go ahead and grab yourself some kind of warm or cold weather clothing, rather. And if you ask them, you know, cold weather layers, or if you look up motorcycle cold weather layering, you'll find stuff that's essentially a base layer. You can actually get one-piece suits. I hear they work really well. And that'll just cover your whole body, and well, except for your head and feet. Maybe your feet. I'm not sure about that one, but those are supposed to just keep your body heat in really well and deflect most of the wind, as long as you have, your outside layers on. Number 2 is something that I saw before I got on a motorcycle, and I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting concept, but never really thought it would be useful until I was actually in the cold weather, which now I can see how it could be useful. So we're talking about heated grips. If you guys have seen, I left my turn signal on that whole time, holy crap. If you guys have seen, you can get heated grips for your bike. Not that expensive. You could probably pick them up for about $50 for a pretty reasonable pair. And what that's going to do is keep your hands warm, essentially, because it's going to keep your grips heated, warm, and obviously your hands most of the time should be on your handlebars. So it just keeps your handlebars warm, keeps your hands warm. And then they also have heated jackets. They have also heated one-piece suits that you essentially plug into your motorcycle, and it just heats your suit, which I've heard good things about those. I know some people who use them. I would say that those sound like a pretty good idea if you're planning on doing riding year-round, riding pretty aggressively too at high speeds. I think that those would hold up fine, but you're going to be planning on putting down definitely some more money when you start getting into the heated gloves, heated jacket, heated one-piece suits, more so than you would with heated grips. And heated grips will do mostly what you need. They'll definitely take the edge off. So I highly recommend at least getting heated grips if you plan on riding through most of the winter. Alright, number 3. This is something that a lot of people have told me. It took me a little while to realize it, but in the winter, you need to adjust how you ride. And especially if you live somewhere like I do, where you get snow, and they put all this salt and sand down on the road. Now you can imagine what salt and sand is going to do for your riding. It's going to make you have a lot less traction. You're going to not be able to control your bike as easily, and you have a lot more possibility of sliding out on your bike, taking a turn, something like that. So you gotta be a lot more careful when you're riding, especially at high speeds, because they put that stuff down on the highway. Not only that, but if you get salt and sand on your bike, you make sure to clean your bike through the winter at least a few times, because that stuff will do really bad things to your bike. Your bike will end up rusting. It's not going to be a good time. You're not going to enjoy that. So right now it hasn't snowed here yet, fortunately, so there's no sand or salt down on the roads. I'm still out riding, but by the time that does come around, I'm probably going to be putting my bike away. Alright, the fourth thing that I want to talk to you guys about is kind of going from my previous topic of salt and sand, and me talking about that's when I'll probably put my bike away, is just to talk to you guys quickly about the idea of putting your bike away, what you need to do. Now, I've talked to a lot of people. You're going to hear a lot of different opinions on this. Disclaimer, once again, whatever I say, it's just my opinion, and my opinion doesn't mean anything. It's just some guy on the internet talking to you. So, take it for what it's worth. But I've heard a lot of different opinions on what you should be doing to your bike to winterize it. Winterizing meaning putting the bike away for the year, done riding. What I'm going to be going with is just putting some Stable, little bottle of Stable, put some of that in the gas tank, the required amount, and that essentially is going to prevent the gas from doing anything harmful, any of the parts of the gas separating, anything harmful coming from the gas and damaging different parts of your bike, which is another thing you really don't want. You might think your bike is fine if you just put it away for a while and leave it, but in reality you should be doing a little bit more than that. But I think that it's fine if you just put stable in the tank, put the required amount for however many gallons you have in there. It should be fine. One thing that you do want to make sure is that if you put the stable in, make sure that you have a full tank. That'll make sure that no air gets in there in the gas tank to affect the gas. Can I go? Okay. So besides that, after you put the stable in, go ahead and get like a 5-gallon tank of gas, I'd recommend, and just fill that up with stable so you have an already pre-mixed gas and stable combination. So if you decide to go ride your bike in the winter for some reason, you're all set to go. You have stable in the tank, you're good. It's going to be fine, it's going to ride the same. But then when you get back, you don't want to have to put in more gas, top it off again, and then have to recalculate how much stable you have to put in. Just get a 5-gallon tank, fill it up with gas, put in the required amount of stable for 5 gallons, and you're good. You can go ride it whenever you want, and just refill it, top it off when you get home with that gas tank with stable in it. A few other options there is, yeah, you can drain the oil, you can lube the chain, clean the bike, you can even drain the gas if you really want, but man, all of that's a lot of work. You don't need to do that. From what I've heard people who say to do that, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not putting in that much work. If I can take the simple path and my bike's gonna be just the same, just as good, then I'm gonna do the simple way. So I guess you guys will know by next year if my bike is broken, then don't put stable in your bike. So those were the 4 things that I wanted to make this quick video on. 4 tips for winter riding and winterizing your bike. If you guys have any more recommendations, please go ahead and leave a comment down below on what you do in the winter for your motorcycle. If you keep riding, if you put the bike away, what do? You put stable in it, you empty the gas, do you wear a full one-piece heated suit, or do you wear nothing? I mean, literally nothing. I've seen people do that before. People are crazy. Alright, well, like I said, I apologize for it being so long, for me making a video. It's not gonna be as long the next time. I'm going to hopefully be making more videos, but like I said, it is pretty cold right now. I'm actually freezing out here doing about 40 miles an hour without any heated grips or heated anything. I'm just getting the heat from the engine, and it's pretty chilly. So that being said, I do have a few more videos coming your guys' way. I'd say within a couple of weeks, definitely. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and leave a like if you like the video. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys do to your motorcycles in the winter. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.